Masked voters in Wisconsin lined up outside polls for the state's primary. In the midst of a pandemic, they gave Delaware Valley voters a preview of what we all could face. Crystal Williams still plans to vote in person in New Jersey.
I just don't trust it. I'd rather be in there, pulling the ballot myself.
Pennsylvania voter Kimberly Barkley told us she's open to mailing in her ballot.
If I had to vote by mail, I would, but I would also stand in line for an hour or two to vote.
President Trump's outspoken opposition to voting by mail has made voters question it. The president tweeted, "It is rampant with fraud." He's made similar comments from the White House.
People cheat. Mail ballots are a very dangerous thing for this country.
To fact check this, we connected with UCLA professor Matt Barretto. He spent the last 2 years researching voting by mail.
We looked for 3 decades at all the instances of voter fraud. These have actually been tabulated and cataloged. We found that it's just not happening in vote by mail.
His research is part of a new report released this week.
And we think that vote by mail offers a lot of opportunity to make sure that everyone can vote in a safe and secure manner.
We looked for ourselves at how often voter fraud happens. The Heritage Foundation is a conservative group that has cataloged every confirmed case of voter fraud across the country since 1979. The Heritage Foundation told us that it is not in favor of mail-in balloting because of the cases of fraud that it lists on its website. There are 13 examples of in-person voting fraud. There are 210 examples of mail-in voting fraud. Keep in mind, during the period of time we're looking at, hundreds of millions of Americans voted. Is voting by mail secure?
Absolutely, 100%.
In Pennsylvania, voting by mail is not a reaction to the coronavirus. The Commonwealth legalized it last fall. We spoke to the Secretary of State from her home in Bucks County. She's in charge of securing the state's election.
From the very start, the county election offices are checking your eligibility. They check the PennDOT database and compare it to the information in their records and make sure that you're eligible. So before they even send you a ballot.
Voters in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware can all vote by mail. In Delaware, you need to apply for an absentee ballot. In New Jersey, you need to request a mail-in ballot from your county.
I would prefer people vote by mail this year, for this time period, because again, you've got the safety built in. You can do it on your schedule from the security and comfort of your home.
Advocates for mail-in balloting are asking Congress to set a federal standard so that there is not a patchwork across the country. And here in Pennsylvania, the Secretary of State says that mail-in balloting will be expensive. She estimates it'll cost the state about $16 million. For the investigators, I'm Mitch Blacher, NBC 10 News.